presentation on measuring consumers' acceptance and willingness to pay for instant fortified pearl millet in Dakar, Senegal. So I think we all know that urbanization and consumption of processed foods are increasing rapidly, and this is not always good for diets or food quality. But on the good side, consumers are interested in nutritious and convenient food, and we have new low-cost extruders that can be used for small enterprises to enter the market. And we can have instant fortified flavored mixes. But before we bring these things to the market, we should test them with the consumers. So the objective of this study was to assess consumer acceptance of those new products and their willingness to pay. So we invited 300 consumers, men and women, from urban areas in Dakar, Senegal, and we prepared 5 products for them. Product A was the conventional sifted millet flour, the basic porridge product in Senegal. B was the same flour but instant. It went through the extruder. C was instant but with whole millet flour. And D was back to sifted, but now with instant and fortified with the premix, while E was whole flour and now with the premix, but also with food-to-food fortification, which is fortification with micronutrients from natural sources. So on the design, the participants got a short introduction. We paid them a show-up fee, and we asked them some questions, and then we went to the sensory evaluation. The 5 products were presented in 25 grams each, in different cups for tasting, labeled with a symbol. And then the consumers tasted them and gave them scores. And then the group was split up. The first group did an experimental auction in which their willingness to pay was asked. First without information, and then they went with information where they were told the content of the products. Group 2 went straight to the auction after the sensory evaluation. So, affective test, the 5 products were presented, people tasted them and they evaluated them on a 5-point scale, and this is our results. The overall is the blocks on the right, and the basic product is the lightest colored bar. So you can see for all, overall and for all the characteristics, the conventional product does the best with a score of 3.8, while the worst was product D, the one with the premix, and you can see in the appearance, it really got a low score, but also on taste. People did not like the premix or the other products, really. Except for the second product, instant, was fine. And the last one, okay, not too bad. Now, how did that statistically work out? The instant did not statistically different, so there is hope there. But whole flour got significantly lower scores, also food-to-food fortification, and especially and especially the last one, the premix. Then after that, we went into the experiment, first without the information, where participants made their bids without knowing what it was, and then with information. Without information, the red bars, you can see there's no statistical difference. Once they were given information, the blue bars, the better products, especially the fortified ones, got a higher willingness to pay. But in group 2, where they went straight to the information, whole flour also got a negative effect on willingness to pay, while premix and food-to-food were got premiums. Again, we do the statistical effect. It depended on which group with information, on the size of the effect, but so whole had a negative effect in group 2, premix in group 1, but both food-to-food had a positive effect a positive effect from food to food on willingness to pay after information. Then we also compared the cost of the new products to the willingness to pay. Willingness to pay is in red. The costs are the stacked bars. You can see for the first 4 products, willingness to pay is higher than the cost, especially for the first. So the profit there is the highest. Product E, unfortunately, the cost was higher than the willingness to pay, substantially higher, basically because of the ingredients of the food-to-food fortification, which were too expensive. Otherwise, extrusion is not that expensive, but drying the product, at least the machines we used, was quite expensive, more than the ingredients. So, in conclusion, the affective test showed us that consumer can distinguish between the different products, but they preferred the conventional sifted product. They did not like whole flour or premix, but they were indifferent to instant flour, so that's good, we can use that. Willingness to pay, without information, no difference, but with the information, we got premium for the new products and especially for the food to fortification, which unfortunately was too expensive for commercial production. So we know that exclusion is a good addition, profitable and acceptable. Whole flour can be used if proper information is provided. Premix is cheap, but consumers don't particularly like it. But if you give information, they will take it. Food-to-food fortification is good. People like it, but it's too expensive. So we have learned a lot, but we still have to have a long way to go to